Hello, hello, hello. This is part 2 or part 1, depends on which one you watch first, hey? So it's me, Jody Ann. I am your card slinger extraordinaire. And as you know, I often put out a Tarot Tuesday on Tuesdays. And this is the first Tuesday of 2022, so I thought I'd offer you something different. I thought I would do a kind of read for the whole year for you, going through the 4 seasons, drawing 3 cards for each season. It's a Wheel of the Year spread that I do for lots of clients, and I want to offer to you. I also thought, though, there's so many of you out there that one reading is not going to fit our entire collective. So what I wanted to do was do kind of more than one reading, and I just got a new deck, the Book of Shadows Tarot, and it has 2 decks. As above, so below. It looks really cool. Look at this. Like, how gorgeous is that? Right? So what I want to do today is 2 readings. I've already done one. There's a part 1 or 2, depending on which one you read. I just finished recording it. It's the As Above, and I'm going to read the So Below. So my intention was the As Above reading is going to resonate with people who have a lot of stuff happening kind of outside of themselves, out in the world right now. Like that kind of intention. And now the So Below I thought would be more like emotional, deep, kind of seated in us work. I don't know if that's how it's going to turn out. And like I said in the other video, I've never read with this deck. This is my first time reading with this deck, is reading for you here today. I'm super excited. I think this is super fun and cool. So without any more blah, blah, blah from me, I'm going to get into this reading. Okay. This is wild. I can't even believe this. Okay, so you got to go watch the other video. And like, cross my heart, this is honest. I pulled the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords and is that the 6 of Pentacles? Yes, the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, those are the 3 cards I pulled. So I'm seeing echoes already between this deck and the deck I just read. Super cool. And really super different artwork. Look at how, like, totally different artwork. Right. Okay. Okay, my beautiful, who this deck is resonating with. So first off, we start with the 10 of Pentacles. So you, my sweet, are coming from a place of really abundance. I feel like you're really you're happiest when you're with people. You're happiest when you're at your hearth with the humans you love around you. Okay? You're very, very much about sharing what you have, about opening your doors, about just feasting, okay? And loving those around you. Your friendships are incredibly important to you. Okay, the Queen of Swords always talks about, because swords is air, it talks about our words. So what I want to say about you, dear, is I feel like you are one of the people that people come to. You are one of the people that people come to. They lay their burdens at your feet. You tend to give them tea and cakes and make them feel warm and beautiful and comfortable. Okay. And this year, something is going on with you. Okay, you are coming to a place that you haven't really felt before, and really looking at your ideas of scarcity. Okay, I don't think that is scarcity around your actual creature comforts. I believe you have what you need around you, but you're going to start looking at the idea of reciprocation, of what comes in, what goes out, how much do you give, what are you taking for yourself, what are you not taking for yourself, what are you not allowing yourself to have. Okay, and I feel like these lessons you're gonna have a really nice, like, as much as you can in this world right now, you're gonna have a really nice, like, January, February, I think it's into spring, near the end of spring, where you start looking at things and you start feeling just at a loss. Okay, look how sad she looks, right? That whole, like, fear of missing out, that whole idea of scarcity, of not enough. And it's going to hit you hard because you do kind of live in a place of abundance. Okay. And I feel like what's happening emotionally for you is not going to be reflected in what is around you. Okay. I hope that makes sense, right? What you're feeling and what you're outwardly happening in your life. Like, you're not going to lose stuff. You're just going to feel this insecurity, this scarcity kind of issues start coming up for you. Now, heading into April, May, June for you, we have got 3 more cards. So first off, the 4 of Pentacles, followed by the Moon card, and then finally the 7 of Chalices or Cups. I feel like for you that this spring is really going to be about taking stock. I love these gnomes. They are in the other as above deck as well. And just the idea of working, right? Knowing your work, doing your work, taking stock. I really feel like you're going to be doing a lot of reflection. And I see that in the Moon card again. You're heading into a place of deep change. Okay. And again, it may not be evident on the outside, but deep inside you, there's going to be a lot of things happening. I feel like you're going into a year where you're going to be spending a lot of time shedding. I find it interesting that you have this transitional period and this taking stock period happening in the spring. A lot of us do this in the fall as Gaia heads into her phase of letting go and rest. And I feel like you're doing it in the spring. Something will have started this snowball for you, okay? And you're really going to be looking. This 7 of Cups it's always a tricky card because it talks about how we have so many wants. And I think for you in this time of your life, in this reading, it's more about being unsure of what you want, right? Knowing that you have everything you need, but this unrest is coming in for you. This real sense of, even though your fridge is full, even though in spite of everything happening in the world, you have felt very taken care of and you've been able to take care of others, but there's an unrest inside of you. And I feel like this is going to be really a year of that for you, my love. I feel like you're going to be taking deep stock. So turn to that Moon card, have a look at that Moon card. Know that it is the right time to get into this. It is the right time to take stock, and you know how to do it, and you can do it. And my dog just walked in. Just give me a sec. She needs some love. And if you really look at this 7 of Cups, I feel like it's really about, where do you want to go? I really feel like you're going to be doing some soul searching around, who are you? Like, who are you in there? Who were you when you were young? Who are you today? And really refinding yourself, rediscovering yourself, realigning with yourself. I feel like that's really your path this year. Let's see what it has to say in the fall. Knave of Chalices, the 2 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, another card that has to do with reciprocation and scarcity. So first off, let's talk about this Knight. So the Knight of Cups is always, he always comes through as such a romantic person for me, but I'm talking about you. This is about your cards. This is not a human being outside of you. So I feel like there is a tendency for you to romanticize situations, maybe get a bit flowery about things and not be totally grounded in what you're doing. You're being called to use your imagination and use your intuition to find yourself, and to not romanticize your situation, but to really look at where you lost your way. I know that was a hard card to take in, okay? But also know that you will find that balance, okay? The 2 of Swords is about balance. You're going to be seeking balance most of the year. Now, what that's probably going to look like in reality, I mean, she looks super zen, right? But what that's probably going to look like in reality for you is that tipping back and forth and back and forth. In that space where you are going back and forth with balancing, you are going to feel a lot like you are lost. There is going to be a lot of feelings of overwhelms. 5 of Pentacles is always a tricky card, right? It often speaks of circling and circling and circling and coming to no conclusion. okay? In a lot of decks, it's shown as like a war-torn field. I like how this one shows us lost in our own woods, right? And being unable to see the forest or the trees, and also unable to see the help right beside us, right? Ready if we were to ask. So going into the fall, a lot of heaviness for you, my dear. A lot of really looking at where you lost, where you feel you lost your path, and where you feel you lost yourself. A lot of uncovering to happen for you, and a lot of emotional overwhelm. Love this next set of cards that you pulled. Right. So one of the reasons that this is the path for you this year is because you are going to be getting a handle on your own worst enemy, the way that you bring yourself down, the way that you sabotage yourself, the way, and I feel for you, it's about not being true to what you need and meeting the needs of others a lot more often. I love how this devil card is, instead of a devil, it is like cake, right? This is a great deck. So know that that's what all this soul searching is about uncovering the ways you get in the way of your own wonderfulness, your own success, your own ability to thrive. And I feel like for you, a lot of it is about not putting yourself first, not caring for your own needs. I feel like this is the year of refinding yourself. And I get so much hope in this. You've pulled the High Priestess and the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is always about being your own rescuer, right? It's about that time where we rise up like the phoenix and we own our own empowerment and we rescue ourselves. And the High Priestess is really all about harnessing the divine feminine, right? Our light and our dark and everything in between. And she's about balance as well. She's a number 2. I feel like this is a huge year for balance for you. You've got a lot of cards about balancing coming in. And I'm just looking at this, and one of my favorite sayings is how a lot of us are like Dorothy. We've had the power to go home to ourselves all along. And there she has those ruby red slippers at her disposal. All she needs to do is click them together, and she'll have all the answers to everything she needs. Beautiful card, beautiful card. I love how your resolution of where you're going to be in the winter is in a deep understanding and relationship to yourself. This whole year is about redefining your relationship with yourself and honoring yourself. So that is your reading for 2022. If this is the path that resonated with you. If you were listening to this and you feel like, oh my God, this is totally not anything happening in my life, then go listen to part 1 and see if the other deck spoke to you. Just as I